Today we are going to talk about doing a grid drawing. So the first thing that you need to decide is what picture you are going to do a grid drawing of. Your options today are from Mickey Mouse. So I have a Mickey Mouse character you can draw. I have Goofy, Pluto, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Daisy Duck for you to choose from. So you are going to choose one of these pre-cut, and you will be drawing it on your larger sheet of paper, and you will be drawing it nice and big to fill the page. And I'm going to show you how to do this by using a grid drawing. So I have chosen to do Minnie Mouse. The first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to make a grid on Minnie Mouse, and I want to make my boxes on my grid 1 inch. So I am going to put my ruler towards the end of my page, and I'm going to make a little dash at every inch on my paper. Now you notice that I only go to 4.5, so I would have 4 dashes, and then I'd have a little left over, and that's okay. I'm going to do the same thing at the top, a dash at every inch, and then I'm going to connect my dashes. Now the reason I do a dash at the top and the bottom is to ensure that I have made a nice straight grid line, and I'm not going to go crooked on my page. I don't want any crooked boxes. I want my boxes to go nice and straight. I'm then going to do the same thing the opposite way every inch, making a dash on one side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I have my grid all done on my picture. Now I need to do some math. My picture is 4.5 by 6. Okay, that is the measurements, 4.5 inches by 6 inches tall. My large paper is 9 by 12. So 4.5 goes into 9 2 times, and 6 goes into 12 2 times. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my boxes, instead of 1 inch like I did on my picture, I'm going to make 2-inch boxes. And I'm going to do it the same way. I am going to do every 2 inches, so at 2, 4, 6, and 8, I'm going to make a dash, and the same thing at the bottom.
2, 4, 6, and 8.
And then I'm going to connect those to make a nice straight line. Again, I don't want any crooked boxes. And I'm going to try and do this nice and light, as I will eventually be erasing my lines on my grid drawing when I'm all done. And same thing here, every 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, now that I have my grids done, I need to make sure that I have my paper and my picture lined up the same way. Now, do you notice how I have a half of a box on this side and I have a half of a box on this side of my picture? I need to make sure that those are lined up. So I'm going to take and I'm going to flip my page so that my half of my box and my half of the box are on the same side of the page. If I do this incorrectly, it could mess up the whole thing, and I would have to redraw a whole entire grid. So you need to make sure that that half a box is on the same side. Now, you should have the same amount of boxes here that you do on your picture. They're just going to be larger boxes. So I should have 6 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. And I should have 4.5 and 4.5. So that looks good. I'm ready to go. Now, what is in one box here is going to be in this box here. So I'm going to label all of my boxes. This is going to be my row 1, 2. So I labeled all of my boxes. I went 1 through 5, and I just continued down 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 30. I'm going to do the same thing on my picture as well. So I have these all numbered. So what's in box 1 on my picture is going to be in box 1 here. What's in box 2 is going to be in box 2. So I can see that the ribbon starts from the corner. It goes up about halfway into my box, and then it kind of comes down. So I am going to draw that in. Okay, and then I have this piece here. Okay, so that is my 2. Okay, then I can go on to 3, and I have 3. A ribbon comes up really pretty high into the box. As I can see, it goes almost to the top of the page. So I want that to happen here. And then I see part of that ear. Okay, and I'm just outlining everything at this point. I'm not going to do any shading until the very end. Okay, so I'm just going to draw in every box. Now some of these boxes are going to be a little bit more difficult, and some of these are going to have absolutely nothing in. Okay, my 1 and my 6 are already done. Some of these are already done because there's nothing in them. But some of them, towards the middle, are going to be really complicated, and they're going to take me a little bit longer. Once I have everything all drawn in just with lines, then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to shade. So anything that's dark is going to be dark with my pencil. I might thicken up some lines, and finally when I am completely done and have everything how I want it, I will be erasing all of my grid lines. So here's my completed work here. I have shaded everything in and I've erased my grid lines. You see that it's the same picture, it's just bigger over here because my boxes in my grid were larger.